The SSC CGL 2026 examinations are just like this is the crucial phase where a lot of you have already understood that probably we should not have a lot of hopes from the 2025 exam. So we are now already started our focus on the 2026 exam. By now already, by started means you should have already been more than halfway in the journey, right? Now, whenever this time comes up during your exam preparation, a lot of students are looking for preparation strategies. Now, what Oliveboard is doing is constantly we are churning out these strategy videos pertaining to all sections, all subjects for the SSC CGL examination, right? So let's quickly dive into this video, and by the end of the session, you'll be able to understand the complete detailed reasoning syllabus. I have broken it down into buckets, into parts, which is going to make it more interesting and more easy to understand and more easy to focus as to how you need to progress about it. And I have also analyzed a few trends as per the PYQs, but I will also tell you how important are the trends. Okay, so you'll have to stick with me till the end of the video to understand that. So let's start right away. The reasoning blueprint for SSC CGL 2026. Now, whenever I talk about logical reasoning, today only in one of the sessions I was talking on the YouTube platform, and regularly also whenever I meet my students, I always tell them, except for banking and except for CAT exams, none of you take reasoning very seriously. A lot of students assume or feel that this is a very easy section. You don't need to put in the efforts. You don't need to put in the hard work. And you are okay in a comfort zone and you are fine. You will get a decent score in a decent time and you are happy. Okay. And you keep on focusing on the other aspects. Whereas you fail to understand that the top cream, the top 1%, 2%, 5% students, they are aiming for 100% score in reasoning. Because they know that for the last few years, reasoning has become very easy as far as the questions are concerned. So how do we save it? How do we take it in our benefit? By saving time. So by saving time, it implies that you're getting so miserly in terms of time. You're getting, so much of parsimony is there in you that you really want to cut down on even a second if you can in a particular question. Extract those extra seconds and put it in the quant section. That is the whole idea of reasoning. So fast-paced questions with saving time as much as possible. Okay. So the general aim is 19 seconds for an average question. Again, a puzzle-based or a sitting arrangement-based question cannot be done in 19 seconds. And probably a simple series or a simple analogy question can be cracked in 15 seconds, 10 seconds also sometimes. Okay. So you will have to maintain an average. If you're saving 5 to 6 seconds somewhere, you can invest those 5 to 6 seconds somewhere else. The whole plan is to become so miserly to extract single seconds from here and there and have a score, a timing in minutes and then apply it in the quant section. That is the basic strategy of toppers in logical reasoning section. So let me take you through the complete syllabus of the same. So as of now, tier 1, you can definitely aim for a perfect score, 50 on 50. Tier 2, 90 on 90 is slightly more challenging than tier 1 because of topics like critical reasoning, analytical aspects, data sufficiency, where you have to think more. So it is more skill based rather than just short trick based, answer based, formula based, mathematics based. So because it is skill based, the 100% accuracy scenario comes down. So you need to be accepting towards that and work on that also conceptually. Plus, at this stage only, start preparing for tier 2. A lot of students still, because they are freshers, what they do is they prepare for tier 1 separately and then they have this feeling that tier 2 is slightly different. So I will approach it when I reach tier 2. Don't do that. Okay. Start your preparation for tier 2 right away. Okay. Now let's break down the syllabus. 3 major sections. The verbal reasoning, the core of reasoning, that is dependent on words. That means there are questions, there are instructions which are given to you and you will be able to solve them. So analogy, series, coding, decoding, all these questions come under the verbal reasoning category and this still forms the core of your logical reasoning section. I will show you scientifically how that happens based on data. Then the non-verbal reasoning section, it is the visual ability section that is giving you the answers of the questions absolutely in terms of visuals. That is, you can just look at the answers. You can just look at the figures and get your answers. You don't have to lift your pen also. You can save a lot of time here. But a special scenario has happened with this topic. So I will discuss about this also going further. And the analytical and logical part, this is the mains focus. So critical reasoning, data sufficiency, sitting, puzzles, these all come under this category. Okay. These are concept heavy. These are practice heavy. And these are somewhere in the middle. right? So let me break it down for each section. So verbal reasoning, analogy, we have semantic, symbolic, figural. That means word, number and letters. Classification, odd one out. Series, number, alphanumeric, semantic. Shifting, Chinese number, coding. Blood relations, pointing, family tree, coded. Syllogism, all, some, no, some not. Okay, Venn diagrams, three entity relationships. They are the most common questions in SSC CGL exams. And mathematical operators. Now, up until a time, mathematical operators were very standard questions. Simple, easily calculatable and 1 or 2 questions at max. But in the last year, what has happened is suddenly 3-4 questions of mathematical operators have popped up and they are good in terms of calculation. So if you're just looking at some standard trick, you might not be able to solve it. So you will have to be thoroughly, conceptually very thorough to understand what needs to be done here accurately and exactly, how you need to utilize the division sign, how you need to eliminate the options, okay, how you need to check for the anomalies and then solve partially to get your correct answers. That is how you can make it faster. Otherwise, it's a trap which you're going to fall into. So mathematical operations has suddenly picked up pace. The second section is the non-verbal reasoning section, visual ability. So mirror and water images, okay, figure completion, paper cutting and folding, cubes and dice, and embedded figures, figure series, figure analogy, figure classification. All those questions come under this category, okay. Now, what I was going to tell you here was that this year, okay, due to some logistical issue, a lot of people did not see any question of non-verbal reasoning in their exam. I will come back to that later, but just giving you an information at this stage that due to some logistical issue, a lot of people felt that it was a logistical issue and hence they did not see any question of non-verbal reasoning. But I will come back to the trend is when I will explain in detail what I'm trying to say. Okay. So analytical and logical section, so statement conclusion, statement assumption, arguments, course of action, inferences, okay, cause and effect, assertion reason, decision making, seating arrangement, data sufficiency, and questions like ethical dilemma, social intelligence, emotional intelligence, all these questions come under this category. Okay, they are going to test you on multiple levels and this is not simple, you know, analogy based, simple analysis based questions. They are all very skill based. So these are known as critical thinking skills. So you need to develop those skills to be able to solve these questions in the first place, right? And this in itself is a challenging thing which you need to do. So beforehand only, you know, eat the frog, get over with this right away in the very beginning. All right. So see what happens is a lot of times when you are already prepared, you are 2 steps above your examination level, you are already very confident. Otherwise, if you are somewhere near the examination level, you're always scared. Oh, this I don't know, that I don't know. I have not practiced calendars very nicely. What if I get a question? And that nervousness, that energy is going to stop you, is going to stay there with you in the exam. And we don't want that. We want to eliminate that completely. So focus on higher preparation. Now looking at the patterns, the trend analysis. So traditionally we would see simple arithmetic, that is simple mathematical operator based questions, basic puzzles or rather I would say sitting arrangement based questions. Now they have graduated to good calculative mathematical operators with a good volume, at least 3 to 4 questions in each section. And critical reasoning, especially in tier 2, is of more importance, at least 3 questions in critical reasoning and 3 in data sufficiency. And the idea is students are not able to understand what is going wrong. Okay, they are all in a very short trick mindset. That okay, critical reasoning also I need to understand a short trick and then answer. No, it's never going to work on that principle. All right. So these are the trends. So I have not given numbers here, but they are roughly the trends, analogy and classification. So slight increase, constantly you could see an increase in all the topics. But when I come to 2025, 4 questions from analogy and classification, 4 questions from blood relation and direction. In fact, 4 constant questions of blood relations. 4 constant back-to-back questions of number series. They were seen. In the last week, I have on the other channel, I have practiced some previous year questions of SSC CGL of 2025. And you will see this exact trend there. But here is where the surprise lied. Due to that logistical issue which I told you, some of them mentioned that there will not be any image-based question which will be asked because of some issue with the new vendor, some systematic issue with the new vendor. I'm not sure how much that is true, but I'm only sure that these trends, please, anyone who's coming here and giving you trends, including me, is only trying to give you a picture that this has what has happened and something of this sort might happen. Do not base your preparation solely on trends because SSC or all other competitive exams these days are completely based on surprise elements. You are seeing in recent examinations of all categories, sudden surprise elements, suddenly pattern is changing, suddenly new type of questions are coming up. Students are taken aback and then the complete paper is jeopardized. So make sure you are ready for these surprises. A lot of times you are conceptually strong, you are there, just that you are emotionally not there. But you continuously work on your concept only. That is where you are lacking. You are not working on the right track. So identify where are you weak. Is it when you are getting nervous by looking at a new question? You are not able to figure out how to approach it. If that is the case, practice more and more new questions. And detach yourself from this nervousness. So try to explain that it is not in my control. Examiner can set anything. And the examiner is not trying to demean me. The examiner is not trying to fail me in the exam. It's a common thing for everybody. He's becoming smart. I need to play smarter. Let's drop this question and move ahead. Sometimes back-to-back 3 questions, number series you can't solve. You will just get nervous. You'll get jitters out there. Even good students. And then they end up, completely making a mess out of it. So make sure you are aware of these emotional patterns of yours, right? These are the overall trends of the examinations of 2025. But again, I'm telling you, don't expect this to repeat in 2026. Everything can change or something can change. This is just predictability and we are just focused on getting the high yield topic so that we'll focus more on that. That's it. But your preparation needs to be foolproof and 360 degree. Okay. So high yield top 5 topics, a series up to 4 to 5 questions in each section last year. Okay. And easy questions back to back. Coding, decoding, analogy, syllogism and mathematical operators. This is what was slightly tricky. Otherwise, everything else was very easy, very basic. So now tell me, what has changed? Sir, reasoning has changed. They are giving us new questions, input, output, this and that. What has changed? 70% of your exam is still from the core reasoning only. What else are you looking for? Okay, so your preparation needs to be on track. It needs to be like it was before. Just keep pushing yourself to cover that extra edge. Have that hunger in you. Okay, don't settle in a comfort zone, please. That is a common trend with a lot of students. They get comfortable. So they're like, I have learned from this sir. He has taught me these methods and I've done the complete foundation course from him or her. And I'm a master of reasoning now. And I'm fine. I'm taking some 21, 22 odd minutes and I'm able to manage reasoning. I don't want to push any further. I need to devote my time to study maths also, to study English also, to cover GKGS also. Well, if you push harder at that moment, maybe there is a chance that you save further. From 21 minutes, you might come down to 15. Even if I am teaching a method, I am asking you go and research, go and check for other methods in the mocks, in books, okay, and come out with the best method. At a stage, you will start devising your own methods. You will start visualizing everything. You will start eliminating options. So use that, push yourself to that limit where you are automatically becoming better and better. You don't have to put in that extra effort. You just have to spend some time. That's it. Okay, that's the whole idea. Understand, try to understand what I'm saying. Okay, don't just get lost into what I'm saying. So high yield tactical deep dive. So series, so you need to recognize squares, cubes, prime numbers, patterns. And I have always taught special numbers. I repeatedly say this up in all my sessions. Special numbers, okay, this list is a must have. If you are preparing for your logical reasoning section, this list is a must have. Okay, I have taught this in multiple sessions on YouTube as well and multiple of my demo sessions which I have taken on the YouTube platform. Go ahead and check it out. Create this list and this is going to solve a lot of your problems in terms of series. Coding, decoding, opposite letter, positional value, these must be on your fingertips. Don't depend on EJOT and all, please. Analogy, you watch for complex operations, but I would rather suggest don't go for these operations alone because these are very limited. By now, you should have the logic register, the new logic register. When you had started your preparation for your foundation course, I had told almost all of you, whoever is in touch with me, that maintain a logic register. Wherever you come across a new question, a different question, note that question with the logic inside that copy and come back in that register again and again. Keep revising those questions. By the end of the time, you are going to get mastery in analogy. Okay. Syllogism, again, stick to the Venn diagram method. Don't go for this 50-100% method. They are very limited. Okay. They will fail when only a few or only cases are asked. So till now, they have not asked any questions from only a few in SSC exams, but it is always anticipated because of the surprise element. So we are always prepared in Venn diagrams only. Okay. And mathematical operators focus more on the calculation aspect. Focus more on how to reduce the time even further. How to partially calculate, how to stop yourself from calculating further. Okay. Strategy. So there are 5 steps here. Step 1 and 5 are together here. Strategy pillar 1 is conceptual depth. So you need to have conceptual depth. So EJOT is mentioned here, but I am strictly against mnemonics. Because a lot of students, so a lot of educators give EJOT to you as a support for temporary understanding. That by the time we are able to solve the questions now, by the time you practice, you will be able to remember and you will not require EJOT. But again, we need our supporters. Okay, it's just like, you know, you have those supporting wheels on a cycle, on a two-wheeler, and you never want to take it off because you're in the comfort zone. You need to take it off. So a lot of people depend on this EJOT, and you have an extra step in between, which is wasting your time. So you should remember your place values and reverse place values directly by now. Okay, so concept heavy. Again, the mains concept, your assumptions, course of action, okay, data sufficiency, these topics are very concept heavy topics. They are not just short trick based questions. You cannot save a lot of time unless you are conceptually very strong. So these are very skill based topics. Critical thinking skills are required here. You need to develop them from day one. Don't wait for tier 2. It will be too late. Focus on these from tier 1. Eat the frog like I have told you. Okay. So these are concept heavy. Step 2, eliminate, don't solve. So majorly, especially in non-verbal reasoning, elimination is the key. So just look at the figures and try to eliminate those 3 which will never fit the bill. Only one will, so choose that option. That is much faster than actually choosing the one which is going to fit the bill. So choosing the positive is slower than choosing rejecting the negatives. So go with that, especially in the non-verbal section or a lot of other sections. Make it a habit. Push yourself. Even if you are able to do a question in 25 seconds, try to push yourself. Can I bring it down further? Can I make it 18 seconds? Can I make it 17 seconds? What is the solution saying? What is this guy teaching on YouTube? Oh, okay. Oh, I did not think like this. That is going to give you an aspect to think, a line and direction to think. Okay. And that is going to make it more streamlined. And this is not only reasoning specific. This can be specific to your overall preparation for any competitive exam. Right? Skip and return. This is a very common tactic. So 15 to 20 seconds for number series, coding, decoding. These questions are very egocentric questions. That means sometimes the examiner does not have an upper cap. So the examiner can take you at any level. They can give you any random logic which you might not be able to crack. So 15-20 seconds window you have. You need to understand and realize whether you will be able to attempt this or not. If not, drop it right there and then, detach and move ahead. Even if there are 3 questions back to back, don't worry. Don't think about the future. Don't become anticipative that, okay, what will I do now? Oh my God, 3 questions I could not do. Now I'll have to change my strategy. That's the worst thing you do to yourself. Last minute strategy changes. Stick to your plan. Okay. If this is a surprise, it is coming up for everybody. Right? 15-minute mock. So eventually when you are done with your concept, okay, push yourself to below the 20-minute mark, then to the 18-minute mark, and then finally to the 15-minute mark. 15 minutes is the ideal time in which you should be able to solve the current level reasoning section which is coming up in the examinations. It is that easy. So 10 minutes, 7 minutes people are taking in the English section, 10 minutes, 12 minutes in English section, 7 minutes in the GK GS section. Okay, 15 minutes in this section. Are you getting it? So that you get that majority time in quant. Are you getting it? So that is the idea. Push yourself for that. Learn to extract those exact minutes. Those exact seconds. Every second in every question counts. Right? So that's all about the blueprint. Right? So that is all for today's session. If you have stuck around till here, I need to tell you one important aspect of a 360-degree study kit which Oliveboard platform has launched. So this is one of my sessions on the paid course, especially enabled for the super elite subscribers. The 360-degree study kit. So this is Clocks Part 2. This is the video. I have not yet played it. And these are the AI generated notes, summary of the whole session. See, 12 by 11 gain plus condition, everything, and very accurate. Okay, apart from what I have shared as the notes here. All right, these are my notes, which I have already shared. And then these are AI generated summary notes. These are detailed notes from the AI. So nothing is going to be missed. Then if you have a question, frequently asked questions, if you want to create your own notes, if you want to take a quiz, a concept-based quiz, these are questions that are different from what we have taught in the class. And flashcards for easy revision. Even the concept is broken down into chapters. So this makes your revision even faster, even smarter. So utilize this section. This is exclusively available for our super elite subscribers. Go ahead and check it out. And if you are new on the platform, hit the subscribe button right away and like this video, share it across platforms so that other students can also benefit from these constant motivational and strategy-based videos which we are churning out for all the sections, for all the subjects of SSC CGL 2026. Thank you so much for watching live, guys, and I'll see you around. Till then, you guys take care. Bye bye. Namaskar. Jai Hind.